Konnichiwa.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Knife Funk.
I'm a quarter Japanese now.
Yeah.
So
Welcome to our Foots on the Ground Japanese episode.
I have so many waifus now.
Yeah. Joe went over to Japan, and he's going to tell us a little bit of our experience. We're going to do like a little interview of the trip kind of S thing. So
Let's do
this
it.
is going to be our Japan Funk episode. So anybody who's interested in going to Japan in the future, I know I am.
Yeah.
Maybe you might get some takeaways from this to plan out your next
I
trip.
should have taken videos and stuff. That way we
Yeah.
could have posted them up.
Yeah, that's the one thing that we struggle both for our own personal
Yeah,
socials.
I don't document anything.
Yeah, which is bad.
Yeah.
This is why we have like our follower count has been stagnant for a minute because we're like, yeah, we'll post later, whatever. That's kind of gay.
What? Fuck you. All right?
Yeah.
You don't need to know anything about us.
But before we start into this episode and we get into the whole nitty gritty of like the whole Japan trip, make sure to give us a follow at the Knife Funk Podcast on Instagram. And also we're on YouTube. So if you want to
Yeah.
find the video versions of everything that you're listening to, you can find it there. Also, the show is now bi-weekly. We're doing this as an experiment to see if, maybe the content will be more fleshed out if we put some time in between it. And also, we'll be providing other avenues of content. So we'll be
Yeah.
doing Let's Plays and potentially streaming in the future. So be on the lookout for that. Thank you for all the love and support so far. But let's get into today's episode.
What the fuck did you do? Oh, okay.
All right.
Silent library. Dude, no, let me tell you, that just reminded me, quick funny story. We were walking down the streets of Japan, and there's there's cats running around and everything, and cute Japanese cats and everything. They just walk by like, konnichiwa, and they keep going. Yeah. But there was two cats that were fighting, and we heard them. We didn't see them. And I was just imagining in my head just them just like fucking like wearing like samurai clothes and doing like some fucking anime shit. Being like, what's the fucking like a domain expansion?
The other one has its arms crossed. This isn't even my final form.
Are you even trying?
It turns into like a mountain lion.
The other one turns into a lion. You seen them fighting there because we heard them.
Yeah.
But again, like I told you yesterday, I just imagine them doing like the
Lion paw technique.
I've learned from our prey.
All
Praying
right.
technique.
So we're going to try to break this whole adventure to Japan down in
Yes.
segments. I have like different points that we want to go through. So we're going to start it off with flight. The flight there. So what was all that
Oh
about?
god, it was fantastic for me actually.
So your flight,
So-
how was your flight to Japan?
So it was 15 hours long.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it was great. It was my first international flight, and it couldn't have been better because I got upgraded for free, and I was not in it was Delta, so it wasn't like the very front, the Diamond Medallion Club, where
Mhm.
like you get like your little like space. It has a door and everything.
Little private room.
Yeah, and they like jack you off and shit. The pilot comes out and sucks you.
What?
Yeah.
I need to
Um,
save up.
He's like, all right, get him over here.
Welcome to Japan.
Just a kiss on the head. They tuck you in. No, but it's like it was those seats behind it. So it was fucking recliners.
Uh-huh.
And like I could put my feet up and like go back all the way. They gave me like some like fucking surround sound headphones and shit. So I was watching movies in like 4K and shit.
Little bunny slippers, steak dinner.
No, they gave me fucking Delta slippers.
What?
Yeah, and they were like really nice.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I didn't get to keep them. I wanted to.
Aw.
They gave me like a care package that had like a bamboo toothbrush, a fucking toothpaste, like it was all natural. The slippers were in there, and an eye mask, and like a bunch of other shit.
Mm-hmm.
I kept that. Yeah, I was like, I don't know if I'm supposed to leave it here, but nah, fuck that. I'm putting it in my backpack. It was full still. I just like, let's put that in there. I was way out of my element there.
They have to be complimentary. I
Yeah,
feel
they
like,
had to have been.
why would you reuse like slippers? That'd be kind of nasty.
I mean, they reuse everything else.
I guess it's
Yeah.
true.
But no, like, so, yeah, I was up there. It was me, and then there was this Japanese guy that got seated up there, too, because they needed, the seats got changed because it was, like, a lady and the kid, and they didn't want the family wanted to stick together. So they moved me and him up, and they moved the family to the back. with the peasants next to Hannah.
Your wife.
Yeah, my wife Hannah. So, and it was funny because when we got on the plane, they handed me, it's like, oh no, this is your chair. I'm like, oh, okay. And Hannah was like, oh, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, bye. Goodbye. But no, it was great. Like, the fucking meals. I was texting Hannah the whole time because we had Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just telling her, just like, what did you get? I was like, did they bring it out to you already? She's like, yeah, well, they brought me like a little meal and stuff. I was like, they brought me fucking like beef tips on rice and shit. They gave me like actual silverware, a knife. They gave me a knife on a plane.
Meanwhile, your wife's over there. She looks down, and they just gave her like
A cracker.
a half-eaten Lunchables. It's like one they found in the trash.
But no, and then like every like hour they would give us like a Ghirardelli like chocolate.
What the hell?
Yeah, dude, I ate so much chocolate on that flight. It was great.
Just the idea of them going down the aisle, giving everybody a candy, and they still have some left over, and they're like, and they look at the other like row of people, and they just like throw it in the trash.
No, they would literally walk back, stop at that last row, and then just turn around, and then have like a handful of fucking candy, dude. They're just, okay.
This is for the for our VIP luxury.
Yeah, class, whatever. But
Yeah.
fucking the meal was great. Like they even put like a little fucking tablecloth out on my little like tray.
What?
Yeah, it was like they, little like there's a little tray that folds out for you to sit and eat on. Like I pulled it out and I was ready for my food because I was hungry, and then the lady just comes over, and puts it down. I was like, "Are you fucking serious?" And the Japanese guy beside me was like, But that was the flight. It was great. On the way back,
He's looking at you like,
yeah, very nice. No. No, but like on the way back, I had to ride like my regular seat that we booked.
yeah.
So I was in the back. Hannah was sitting next to me, and I was like, they gave us real silverware up front. I was like, they're not going to give me any chocolate this time.
You finally understand why people choose to be congressmen.
No, yeah, like when we take another trip out to Hawaii, I was like, we're saving an extra $1,000 each for those fucking seats because they were great. Because we were looking at upgrading on the way back. Because I was like, I'm not sitting in the back with all the poor people anymore. I got a taste of the high life, and it was great.
So you guys were in what, like business?
No,
Economy,
it was just
or?
the like economy, regular seats in the back.
Okay.
So like they're fine.
I don't know. I don't know the tier system for seats. Like I've never been on
and poor.
Is it really just two sections?
No, it's a bunch. And Delta does it weird. They do like, there's no sense to how their seats are split up. It's the front is like diamond medallion. You're like, cool. That sounds cool. You would think the next one is like just gold medallion. No, it's diamond medallion, comfort plus, sky priority, Delta plus, and then just Delta.
You just named like 6 new Pokemons.
Yeah. And,
I'm in Emerald, Sapphire, Ruby.
Damn it. But no, it was. I mean, the flight back was fine. The seats, I had enough room.
Mine
I
came
thought
with
it was gonna
Rayquaza.
be. Airport was great in Japan because
Yeah, let's go on to our next section, arrival. So
uh,
once you guys finally hit ground in Japan.
we landed in Tokyo and we had like a 2-hour layover, and man, those motherfuckers are on time for everything.
So what was it like as soon as you got to the Tokyo airport? Like, is it immediate? Like, you're like, oh yeah, we're definitely in Japan.
Bro, we got lost.
Like almost
Yeah,
immediately.
we had 2 hours to get to our terminal.
Uh-huh.
We got there with like 10 minutes to spare.
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude, because we were like, we got there and we're like, everything's in Japanese. I assumed it was going to be, but it was like just the whole shock of it hitting you. Like, oh shit, I'm in a different country.
Oh, the culture shock set
Yeah.
in.
And I was like, oh shit, we can't read any of this. And it was before I had purchased a Wi-Fi. I rented one for like the week that we were there, but I wouldn't get it until we got to the hotel in Osaka.
Uh-huh.
And that was still like 3 hours away. So we were just sitting there being like, oh shit. Some of the signs were in English and some of them were just like the squiggles and everything.
So wait, your only option was to have that layover in Tokyo. You guys couldn't just land in Tokyo and then took in like a train.
We could have taken the bullet train, but it would have been, it's a 3-hour long train ride, which would have been cool.
That would have been fun. I would
But
have done the train ride.
It was nighttime.
Oh.
And also it costs just about the same as a plane ticket. So we were like, we'll just take the plane.
You're at the airport and you're like, maybe I should take the train. And you look over and the entrance of the train guy is that Asian guy again. Like,
I'm not going on the train.
he's like, oh.
But then he starts pulling out the plane ticket out of his pocket.
Yeah. For anybody who can't see the video version, I'm just pretending to be a small Asian man who keeps trying to put his pointer fingers to touching.
Just to touch tips.
Like, don't you want to touch tips?
Yeah, it was it was rough when we first got there. Then
Did you guys do anything when you got there? Was it like immediate, like hey, let's fucking grab some like food or
where, Tokyo?
like when you got to the airport in Tokyo?
Oh, we didn't have time, dude.
Oh, you didn't?
No, because when we got to the airport, so what happens is when you get to the airport in Tokyo, it's like you're offboarding from your international flight already. So we had to go depart pretty much, get out of the security checkpoint, which took a while. And then there they do like a whole like customs check too when you're coming in. So it's like you're coming back from the U.S. So they do a whole customs check if you're bringing anything in, any food, and blah blah blah. So that took a second, and then we got lost, and then we finally figured out where we needed to go. We had to go through another checkpoint, and then we got on the bus that took us to our domestic flight terminal because we went from Tokyo to Osaka, which is just a short 45-minute domestic flight, and yeah, when we got there, we were like, shit, we're going to get there and they're already going to be boarding or whatever like that. We got there. We got like a something to drink and something to snack on. Everybody were sitting there. And the time says like, oh, we start boarding at like 4:25. We're like, okay, we're almost, we got here just in time. As soon as that clock hit 4:25, gates open, they start boarding everyone. These motherfucking guys, all these like Japanese businessmen, it was like they were sprinting onto the fucking plane, dude.
Really?
They were just like boop, boop, boop. There was no waiting, looking at the paperwork like they do here in the U.S.
They're very efficient people.
Yeah, they were just like scan, go, scan, go, scan, go, next, go, scan, go. Everyone was like ready to go. And then we got up there, we're like,
businessman, go. Businessman, go. Convicted rapist, go.
Wait.
Whoa.
First class.
Brown, get him.
But
pat him down.
I'm gonna jump ahead to when we got back from Japan.
I was gonna say, go ahead and go to like the first day, like your first day, like
no,
feet on the ground, Japan.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell this funny story because when we got back from Japan in the U.S., we had to go through customs to like declare all the stuff that you brought. Luckily, we didn't bring any food, so it was easy. But so a while back, I was looking at my insurance. It was a couple months back. I think I told you about it. Someone used my fucking insurance down in Florida.
Yeah,
and they charged like a bunch of shit onto it, like a ambulance ride, emergency surgery, anesthesia. It was a couple $1,000s worth of shit.
Yeah.
So I had to go through like to the police and then talk to the police down there in Florida, like over the phone, and then I had to get like because it was a whole state lines thing, and they were using my insurance, which means they could have had my social security and everything. I had to do like this FBI thing where like you set up a password. So if I'm ever stopped by the police or go through a checkpoint, if I go to Mexico, like go through the border, or take an international flight and I'm coming back, I have to go through customs. I have a password that I have to give. I forgot what my password answer was, dude. And it took me a second because the guy, he was like, all right, y'all are coming back from Japan. Okay, Jose. And he just like looks at me. What's the password? He says it like that. Like it's a fucking game, dude. He's like, what's the password? And I was like, I didn't remember. I was like, America? Like, I'm a citizen? What the fuck are you talking about? And he's like, you have to tell me what the password answer is or else I have to arrest you. And I was like, and then it clicked. I was like, oh, here's the answer. And I gave it to him. Yeah. And he told me, he's like, yeah, you wouldn't have left the building without handcuffs if you didn't answer that question.
What the fuck? That's so weird.
So I almost got arrested, which is fun because I didn't remember the password for a second. But no, jumping back to the first day in Japan, we got there. We were tired. It was pretty much an overnight flight, but we landed. It was weird because we left on Tuesday. It was an overnight flight, but we landed on Tuesday because it was like a day behind. Yeah. So we got there and we got to the hotel around 7 or 8 p.m. Japan time, which was like. Here would have been.
So you basically lived the longest Tuesday that you've ever had.
It was a fucking long day, dude. I didn't sleep on the plane either. I couldn't. It's
Yeah.
15 hours long, and I was just like, I'm wired awake.
Yeah.
It was like, it was excited, nervous, everything.
Yeah, there's a guy 2 rows above me that was wearing, let's just say, a very suspicious hat.
Are you implying a turban? But no.
He turns around, looks at you.
Everyone's like, come on.
We heard about your online name.
I cross swords. Find me.
Find him on PlayStation if you're
Yeah.
down to fucking clown
Some
on
hell dive.
Some hell dives.
Yeah, but no. So the first day we got there, we were fucking dead tired. We got to the hotel. It took us a second to get to the hotel. Well, not really, because we ended up just paying for a taxi. Which, if you ever go to Japan, taxis are really expensive. It's better just to take public transportation because it's super cheap.
Yeah, all the Japanese people over there act like Robert De Niro while they drive.
No.
Oh,
Where was that from?
from Taxi Driver.
Oh, like, no.
Yeah.
They don't.
Come on.
Why?
Japanese people are, like, do funny shit like that
No,
sometimes.
it was like a really crusty old man. Because it was weird because I noticed that every taxi driver was a really old Japanese man.
Well, they have like one of the highest populations of old people.
Yeah, so they were working.
Because
Still.
they actually take care of their elderly.
Yeah, they do, and they take care of themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, motherfuckers were outpacing me and my wife walking, dude. We were like tired as shit, and they were just like,
Well, my theory is they're probably very healthy because they walk a lot.
Yeah. Well, we talked to someone there that was showing us around. She was a Japanese girl. She still is a Japanese girl.
Yeah.
She
was a Japanese girl. She's like, I'm black now.
She morphs.
Yeah.
It's like Animorphs, but with race.
Huh?
But she was saying, like, honestly, Japanese people really don't walk a lot.
Mm.
I was like, what? She was like, yeah, we walk to the train station, but it's not like y'all where y'all are going. Tourists are going from like temple to temple and getting on trains and going out eating, walking everywhere and shit like that. I was like, no, we use the trains to go home and work or to school
Yeah.
or to the store. It's not like we're walking all day. So I was like, oh, okay. So y'all just don't eat. She's like, oh no, we eat. But no, going back to the first day, we got to the hotel. I got the Wi-Fi. I set it up. Bro, for some reason, like, they have climate control in the rooms for you to, like, control.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like a little knob by the bed. And the weird thing is the hotel controls the overall temperature of the hotel in every single room.
What the hell?
So we turned on the AC. It was blowing fucking hot air because they had it set for wintertime. Because it was cold. It was like 40, 50 degrees during the day over there.
Man, that ain't shit.
Yeah. And they had it on full blast heat, dude. Hannah and I were sweating us a storm. And we called them now. I was like, hey, can you turn on the AC in our room, please? They dropped it down like maybe 2 degrees.
Yeah.
And it was like we were still fucking burning up.
They
But
just bring you ice cubes.
just lay on these, fatty.
Cool down, fatso.
Oh, big American.
We bring you ice cream.
Yeah. By the way, sorry for those who I made friends with over there and listened to this. We're not racist. You guys are cool. I hope you think he was cool, man. That guy was cool.
I'm just joking.
No, but yeah,
We're not actually racist.
We just
think
pretend.
we think it's funny. We're
Yeah.
from the South, so racial humor is very popular down
We're not
here.
saying it makes it okay. It's just it's
No,
funny.
no, no.
Yeah.
There's a lot of oppression that needs to be addressed, but in the meantime,
Yeah.
just
But so yeah, so we get the hotel, we shower up and get ready, and we're wired awake at that point because we're excited. We're fucking Japan.
yeah,
And we're looking out the window, looking at all the lights and shit. And I'm like, I mean, I still need to eat with my medicine, so we should probably go grab something to eat. And we didn't want to do like a whole sit-down restaurant or anything like that yet because we were just dead. We had no social battery left. So we went walking to the train station nearby because there's a bunch of like fast food areas there.
mm-hmm.
And our first Japanese meal was Taco Bell. And it was fucking delicious, dude.
Nice.
Also, we both ate for like $8, like American, full meals of Taco Bell.
Really?
Yeah. Also, their
Damn.
drinks are small.
Oh,
Yeah. But it was still great. Like the meat
mean like
tasted like actual meat. The cheese tasted good. The lettuce was crisp. The hard shell taco wasn't all fucking shattered. It was like they really took the time to make the food.
Damn.
Hannah had this like it was like special Japan like menu only. It was like a Chipotle chicken crunch wrap supreme, and it had like a bunch of other shit. There was pickles in it.
What?
Yeah, and it was fucking good.
Damn.
And then the fries, they have
I know.
like seasoned taco fries.
I have heard about that. I've heard that Japanese fast food is like really good.
Bro, we hit up that McDonald's and a KFC.
You know what I think it is? I think it's a different standard of like food. Like over there, they're like, no, you can't sell toxic shit to your like clientele.
Yeah, a lot of the food was very fresh. They the preservatives very little. Like I was telling you, one of my favorite places to eat was the fucking convenience store. It was a Food Mart over there. It's called Food Mart. There's Food Mart, Don Quixote. There's 7-Elevens.
Don Quixote.
Yeah, it's a store called Don Quixote. They sell food and like knickknacks and shit.
Isn't that like
It's a Spanish fable.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah.
cautionary tale.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, bro, Hannah was like, she's like, you're gonna get sick eating all these. I'm like, no, I'm not. And I fucking love them. I'm gonna learn how to make it too. They were sandwiches, like the pre-made sandwiches they sell there. And again, they don't use much preservatives or anything in them. They're fresh. They only have like a day or two shelf life.
Damn.
And they sell out. They don't have to throw out a lot of food because it's good. And it was just an egg salad sandwich. Like something you would not buy from a convenience store here, really.
Oh God, no.
Yeah, you die. But no.
It's like whenever you see somebody who decides to get like one of the communal pickled eggs from the fucking big jar.
Everyone's fingers has just been fishing in that bitch.
I mean, they say it's not like that big of a deal because like when something is pickled, it has like a certain type of bacteria on it that keeps it from being like, super harmful. But I don't believe that shit.
You don't know who's reached their dirty ass poop covered fingers into that bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no amount of vinegar is going to kill that bacteria.
Yeah. But no, like everything in the convenience store was fucking delicious. And like, I mean, of course we look like fucking tourists being like, whoa, look at this shit. I did get fucking, I got a candy. I just wanted candy.
Mm-hmm.
So I got these gummies and they were melon flavored and cotton candy flavored. I don't like cotton candy flavored candy. These were fucking delicious. And they were in the shape, the cotton candies were in the shape of a Nimbus cloud from Dragon Ball Z. And then the green one, the melon ones, were in the shape of Shenron.
That's badass.
Yeah, bro, I didn't want to eat them.
That's fucking awesome.
And then I got a little...
it's those little things that fucking are so cool.
And then, rest in peace, by the way.
Yeah.
OG died.
Toriyama. Akira Toriyama.
Yeah.
Passed away. Suspiciously as he set foot into Japan.
He died on March 1st.
I know, but it wasn't announced until recently, which is kind of like, well, we might as well let him know since Joe's here. Like,
bro, when I heard, I was like, oh shit, dude. That was a huge part of our childhood.
That's
like
a huge
watching
part.
Dragon Ball Z, especially in Mexico when I went to go visit my cousins.
Yeah, I didn't know this, but I was watching a video that this creator had posted, and they're like, the reason why Dragon Ball Z is so huge in Latin America is because they got it 12 years before the U.S. did.
Yeah, because the U.S. didn't want to give Mexico like rights to show their shows.
No. Apparently, from what I heard, the real reason why it took so long is because the U.S. had a way more stricter vetting process to get stuff over there. So they had to censor the shit out of Dragon Ball Z. Like, they had to cut out a lot of blood, nudity, shit like that.
Yeah.
And where Latin America didn't give a fuck. So they immediately, they got some dudes, like, down at the fucking local bar to voice Goku. Like, they didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They were like, get this shit in there.
What was it? No, I was talking about, like, how they got it down there. Because Mexico, it was during that time they were trying to get, like, TV shows like in Mexico for people to watch. They asked the U.S. and a couple other countries, being like, "Hey, are we able to show your shows down here?" And they were like, "No," and they want to give them the rights to be able to do that on their channels and everything like that. And then Mexico asked Japan, and Japan was like, "Fuck yeah!" So Dragon Ball, like Yu Yu Hakusho, fucking Trigun,
Knights of the
Cowboy Bebop, Knights of the Zodiac.
That's like one of the biggest ones.
Sailor Moon.
And Gundam.
Yeah, Gundam was fucking huge, dude.
Gundam, Knights of the Zodiac, and Dragon Ball Z were like the biggest fucking things. and Mexico and Latin America in general has always been huge on anime.
Yeah. Bro, that video that they had on TikTok of like all those Mexicans in that one town or that one city, they were like in a park.
Oh, doing the spirit bomb.
They were doing the spirit bomb, and then they started singing the fucking theme song in Spanish because it's just the same one as the Japanese one, but in Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Da-na-na, dun-da-na, dun-dun.
Okay, so we talked about your first day in Japan. How was the first night in Japan?
The first night it was hot for
Mhm.
one, but then after a while we started kind of acclimating to it, and like we just slept without the covers and we were fine.
Well, I mostly mean night. Like, so on the first night, did you guys just like decide to like sleep, or did you actually experience some of the nightlife, or did you
No.
wait till the following day to do so?
The following day, because the first night we got there, we were fucking dead tired. So we went to Taco Bell, scarfed down some Taco Bell, and went back to the hotel and fell asleep. And then the next day we woke up. We only had that hotel for one night just to get there and rest up. Got up the next day. We got a Western style breakfast at the hotel. We got a voucher for it, so we didn't have to pay for it. It was just great. And we were dying laughing because the lady comes over, she sits us down, she asks us, "What do you want to drink?" We're like, "Oh, iced coffee." They gave me this tiny little iced coffee. It was delicious, but it was so small. It was like an espresso too. I was wired.
Damn.
And they brought out the food and everything. It was like scrambled eggs, but they were very runny. They're super good. 2 little sausages, and then a salad with the radishes and like a nice little like light like vinaigrette on it, just, like to not upset your stomach. A bowl of fruits, a little yogurt with some strawberries in it, a potato and leek soup.
God damn, they gave you like everything.
And a croissant and a breakfast roll.
That's a really like hefty meal.
And I was like, Westerners don't fucking eat like this, right? This is delicious. We don't look at a salad until like maybe dinner.
Yeah.
And that's if we know what a salad is. And it's funny because she brings out the food and we start eating, and you see her like the little Japanese lady scurry away. I'm like, okay, she's probably busy or something. And then she comes back holding the sign, and it's in English for us to read. And she looks in my eyes and is like, "You can have seconds if you want," and just walks away. I was like, I didn't want seconds, but now I kind of do. You fucking call me fat bitch.
Wait, it said you can't have seconds? You can.
But she made sure that I knew that I could have seconds.
Oh.
I was like, I'm not that fat anymore, God.
She's like, no, you're fat.
No, you're a big boy. But so
she
yeah,
she starts grabbing your stomach.
But no, so we eat the breakfast, we grab all our shit, and we just like start like hoofing it over to the train station. Because first we had to pick up our if you go to Japan, if you go specifically to Osaka, Nara, Kyoto area, get the Kansai through pass. It's KANSAI, Kansai through pass. With that pass, you can get on the trains, I think the buses, and then you get discounts to a lot of the tourist attractions, or you can get in free. It was great. We didn't use any of the coupons because we completely forgot about them. But yeah, all you do is you just put it into the machine, it spits it out on the other end, you walk through, you paid for your ticket. And they were pretty cheap too. And then even then, if you don't, it's just a hassle trying to figure out like the machines to get your tickets. It's a little confusing if you're not used to it. Even if you put it in English, it just doesn't fucking make sense sometimes. Because you have to choose like which, you press English, it tells you like buy a ticket, repurchase or whatever shit. You press the button and then it makes you choose which train you're going to go on. So you have to know which fucking train you're going on. And then you click that and then it shows you the timetables and then it shows you amounts of money. So you have to know how much that train cost or around how much that train cost, and then press that button and then pay that amount of money. It doesn't choose it for you. You have to do it all yourself. So it was fucking confusing. We had to do it like twice, and it took us a second.
Damn.
So the passes are the easiest way to do it.
I like the idea of that you go to like this kiosk and you click English and it just cuts to like a Japanese person doing like a terrible American accent. Be like, "Welcome, America #1 USA."
There was a few times when there was like some Japanese people. We tried like my wife, she tried learning a good bit of like little phrases in Japanese, and she learned a good bit.
Mhm.
But there was some times where they were just like, we would meet someone like at a restaurant or like somewhere we went, they don't even know what English is. They just, Japanese is the only language, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, there's two different types of Japanese too. It's there's the like written, but it's also how you speak it too. There's newer phrases for old phrases that you would say, and it depends on which city, who you're talking to, even like what fucking street you're on.
So it's kind of like a mixture of slang and like.
It's not really slang. It's just new age Japanese. So
I've heard-
kanji and hiromish or some shit like that.
Yeah, I remember hearing a story about somebody talk about like they went to Japan and they tried to order a milk tea, and he was saying the words milk and tea in Japanese, and they were like, "What the fuck are you talking
Yeah,
about?"
because there's probably a certain word.
No,
for it.
you know what it was?
Huh.
He was like, he's like, I don't know how to say like, I'm trying to tell you I want a milk tea, and he's like, oh, milk tea.
Yeah, milk tea. Some
Yeah.
of the words are just that.
They're just English
It's
words.
literally the racist way to say it.
Yeah.
Like what is it, like baby carriage or like baby stroller I think it's like strolleroo.
Strolleroo?
Yeah, it's like something like that. I was like, I feel like an asshole trying to say this. But and that's the new Japanese, the kanji.
You hear somebody talking, they're just like, fat ass.
A piece of shit. It's perfect English. But
The spick.
how do you know that word? We got you two over here. They're called Filipinos. But no, like, yeah, so we got on the train and go through and everything. It was fun. It was like a 45-minute train ride to, we went to Kyoto for 2 days. And then there is where we had like a really cool Airbnb. It was the one that I showed you that had like the little fucking fat tanuki guy just watching us through the window.
Yeah.
He's just a little creeper guy just watching us through the window shower.
Yeah, I remember you also showed me the photos of how small the bathrooms were.
Oh my God, dude. I felt like I was sitting like in a like fucking the smallest porta potty ever in most places.
This is when you realize that, like, yeah, things are bigger in Texas.
Shut up.
But I mean, seriously, think about like whenever we go, like when you go to a Buc-ee's and you're like, dude, this bathroom's badass.
Yeah, it's a whole room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they don't have that over there.
No,
over
they
there,
don't.
it's like you have
No,
to like.
dude, I was sitting like I had to take a shit knees together, like balls and dick all squished up and everything. Like I had to either choose to pee and then poop or poop and then pee.
You really
Yeah.
felt that shit come
Yeah,
out,
bro.
It's like,
And then I tried. I'll tell you this. I tried a what's it called a bidet for the first time,
really?
bro. It fucking rocked my world. No, it was like I didn't expect it to be so strong. I was like, well, let's try it. And I pressed the button. And at first I thought it was working already because I felt like a little like splash, but I think it was just like it was like clearing, like wetting its whistle to go for it. But like you just hear, zzz, zzz, and it's like the little nozzle turning to face your asshole. And then you hear the water. And then a fucking pressure washer just shoots up your ass, dude.
God damn.
I was like, what the fuck? And it cleaned you good. I felt like it cleaned the inside too.
Let's say it's the most hygienic way to clean yourself.
You just water in your asshole.
Yeah, I mean, it
my
just
hair's growing.
It gets rid of all the nasty.
all the dingleberries.
Yeah,
But
it has 3 settings: cold, warm, and G spot.
but
Ah!
scum everywhere.
I love Japan.
After a while, I was just like, I'll just use toilet paper. It's fine because it's if you're not used to it, it's just like, and it's not like a whole thing like, oh, something's touching my butt. It's like, no, it feels not great.
What do you mean?
like it's just like.
Are you sure you didn't just have it cranked up too high?
I probably was, dude, but we couldn't read it. It was in Japanese.
You just kept pressing the one that's like demolish.
Ass Blaster 3000.
I don't understand. I keep hitting this one with the wrecking ball on it, and it's just hitting me too hard.
But fucking
What's
no,
this?
yeah, the
What's this?
bathroom and
I was like, what's this one shaped like a rocket?
just shoots into your asshole. Starts.
No, I was.
But yeah, But no, so yeah, the bathroom, luckily, in the first place, in the Airbnb we stayed at in Kyoto, it was a good size, luckily. So I didn't have any problems with that.
All right, let's move on to the next subject. I want to ask about the locals and how the locals react to Americans, or specifically just you and your wife.
So they're fine with Americans. Like, they know the tourists come and want to see their. I mean, everyone there was super respectful. Everyone was nice. I learned from Hannah because Hannah learned it like from all of her. Because of course she, my wife is, she researches and learns as much as she can before going anywhere because she likes to be prepared. And I mean, that's great. That's why I love her. I'm never prepared, and she's able to do that.
Yeah, my wife's the same way.
Yeah,
I go into things so blind.
And
sometimes.
it's just like the social anxieties there too. Like if I fucked up in front of people I don't know.
Yeah,
and yeah. So she told me it was what was I gonna say? I completely blanked. What were we talking about?
the locals and how they react to you and what the locals are like.
No, yeah, it was just like, of course you can't really show your tattoos that much because there's a whole taboo behind it. It's like they see it as part of like, oh, you have tattoos because you're a criminal or you're part of the Yakuza.
Wait a minute, I thought this was America.
It's not. We just
No,
bombed the
no.
shit out of them
No, we technically own this. We own this plant. Do they have a military? No.
because no one lets them have a military.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So who takes care of them? Big Daddy America. So Big Daddy America's gonna walk around with his tattoos, and you're just gonna have to like it.
No, we were being respectful, but like, it was just like they know the tourists are there and everything, so they just kind of like, they're like, oh, okay, you're here, you're respecting our culture, as long as you're not being a fucking asshole like that one guy that like got cornered by like a group of Yakuzas.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were like, you need to apologize right now.
Yeah.
Like, if I was walking around, like it was a one time, like I saw a cop there, and he looked at my arms and he just looked at me. He was just like, and I was like, all right, and I covered them up. I was like, okay. Because it was like, it's just a respect thing. And I just had my sleeves rolled up because I was fucking hot.
But that's the thing. There is like a Japanese subculture of people who do have a lot of body tattoos.
But they cover it up whenever they go places.
Well, you can't cover up like face tattoos though.
Yeah, but then they
Like,
don't really.
But I'm not talking about like fully face covered. I'm talking about like some people have like one on the eyebrow, one on the eye.
Well, those
like,
people, like, especially the women, if they do have a facial tattoo, they cover it up with makeup during the day. And then it's like when they go out or something, that's when they uncover it. Like if they go to the beach, you wear like a long sleeve shirt, like the swim shirts. You wear that if you have any arm tattoos or anything. Like they will kick you off the beach if you show your tattoos. But for me, it was funny because like I'm big. I look intimidating. I'm a fucking cuddly bear though. Like I'm big. I take up a lot of space, and I'm covered in tattoos, and I have my ears like gauged and everything. So
Yeah.
I look menacing. No one would sit next to me on the train.
Yeah.
Dude, I had a whole like seat to me. I was like, this is great, but I feel like I'm a person too. Finally, this one little Asian lady, like everyone was sitting down and she came on. She was like this frail little Asian lady, little Japanese lady. And I mean, she was going to fucking fall over if the train started moving. So I got up and I was like, oh, here you go. And she's like, oh, no. I was like, no, take it. She's like, oh, okay. Oh, that was what I was saying. Because Hannah saw that apparently in Japan, it's rude to accept something the first time. You have to deny it the first time. So if someone's like, hey, here, try this. Oh, no, I'm fine. Or here, try it. Oh, okay. It's like,
What if they don't accept it the second time then?
then you don't give it to them.
Oh.
It was just being respectful.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
So you're saying no means yes.
Yes. Bro, there was so many like greasy ass fucking like white American dudes there. Oh God, dude. There was one on the flight. He's not gonna listen to this because he probably can't read. But
Wait, what?
he just watches anime. He thinks he knows Japanese.
No, but
he
just the
doesn't.
idea of that sentence you just said. He's not gonna listen to this because he can't read.
Yeah, because he's that fucking stupid. No, but like this is big old motherfucker. He was getting on the plane there in here in Atlanta to come to Japan.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, he was one of those guys that was wearing like the sweatpants that were pulled on too tight and like the big ass baggy dirty shirt. and then like had like the super greasy hair on the neck.
He was that guy in high school that used to draw really bad like manga pictures.
Yep.
And then he was like, one day I'm gonna go to Japan.
Oh, they're gonna love me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was that.
I'm
guy.
gonna get a waifu.
Yeah.
I'm gonna repopulate Japan.
Bro, there was so many of those fuckers there, and like you could see them. They're just eyeballing all these poor like Japanese girls. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the complete like lack of self-awareness.
Yeah.
Like the thing is, like all you have to do is be moderately handsome
Yeah.
to get laid anywhere.
Or black.
Yeah, or very well dressed.
Yeah.
But I mean well dressed in the sense of actual fashion sense, not
Yeah.
these guys that are like, I'm wearing a pinstriped button up with a fedora, like
Milady.
yeah, like that's not dressing
Yeah.
up nice. If you got your clothes from a fucking like I don't know how to explain, like
Yeah.
does Rue 21 still exist?
Yeah, it does.
Like yeah, like some like a place like that. Because God, dude, back then when people used to wear like Affliction T-shirts and shit,
God,
and they used to
dude.
wear like the fucking pants with the crosses on the
The
butt.
bedazzled crosses.
Yeah, the crosses with like the with the pocket
Mhm.
pocket flaps.
Yeah.
The pocket flaps. That was a thing.
Yeah.
And then they used to wear like the bell bottoms with like Converses,
Mhm.
but like the ones that like looked like leather, like
Yeah.
like leathery. Because they were like, it's leather, so it's like
It's not leather.
yeah,
It's pleather.
it's
But,
not real.
No, yeah, it was fun. Being there in Kyoto was fun. We walked around, had some good food. I had some ramen over there.
Yeah,
And oh god, the ramen was so good, dude. And then we went to one
I've
of the
heard-
temples.
I've heard debates of people talk about like I only know this because I watched a video of a Japanese creator
Yeah.
where he was like, no, I've been to a couple places in the U.S. that you can find like equally as good food.
Well, yeah, you just
Yeah.
gotta find someone that
I
makes
know.
it.
But I think that also brings a false perception of like, oh, all food in Japan is good. It's like, no, it's the same as any other country.
Yeah, there's
But-
some shitty spots.
There's gonna be good and bad spots. Did you have any bad meals while you were there? Were you guys very careful about where y'all ate, or did y'all actually
We
end up?
were. All my meals that I ate were good. My wife, she had trouble with some of the flavors and some of the textures
Mhm.
because like the eggs, they cook them if they're like scrambled, they're runny still. So she had a little trouble with that for breakfast.
Did you try like one of those egg things where where they cut it? You know what I'm talking
I
about?
wanted to, dude. I couldn't find any.
Well, I don't know what that's called. They put like the sauce on
It's
it.
a amura. It's an amura rice.
That
or
looks
something
so
like that.
fucking good. I want to try
Yeah.
one so bad.
So I had the other one where it's like ketchup. It's pretty much a kid's meal. It's rice, but they put ketchup in it, and they mix it. It's not a lot of ketchup, just enough to give it like the coloring a little, like a little orangey color, and then they do a scrambled egg, but really runny, and throw it on top, so it sits on top of it, and it's not, you don't cut it or anything.
Is it actually ketchup or is it like a tomato paste?
No, it's the ketchup.
It's straight up ketchup, like
Yeah.
Hunt's ketchup.
Yeah,
God damn.
no, it was
Ugh.
fucking good, dude.
I know, but I'm so like, it's something about ketchup. Like,
I understand. Like when I first saw it, I was like, "Oh, I didn't know it was like the ketchup rice. I didn't think I was gonna like it, bro. It was fucking good. It added like the egg, and then they had like it was like demi glaze sauce, and then they give you a hamburger or a burger steak patty, which is pretty much just like a really good burger patty,
Mm-hmm.
and they like grill it up and make it really tasty. I thought it was gonna be like overly like ketchupy. It added just the right amount of sweet to the whole meal, and it was good. Like I had a good, and then Hannah, she had the fluffy pancakes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, they were so fucking good, dude.
Did you smack it?
No, but we were just like jiggling it, bro. And they gave us a knife. You didn't need a fucking knife. You just like scoop it, and it like falls apart.
Damn.
It was so fucking good. We had that okonomiyaki.
I guess let's just go into the other segment. I was gonna ask about the food.
Oh god, it was so good, dude.
So I'm gonna let's before you list off every fucking meal that you had. Let me just ask.
I ate Japan.
Let me.
I ate a small Japanese child.
No. So what I was gonna say is, when it comes to the meals that you had in Japan, what were your what were your top two meals?
Top 2 meals.
Like, what were the what were like the one or two things that stuck out like, what was the most fucking defining meal that you had there?
The most defining meal I had there was probably the ramen that I had. It was like some rinky-dink hole-in-the-wall ramen shop that we walked by the night before. I was like, oh, we should try that tomorrow. I was like, okay, cool. And we went there, and oh my God, it was so fucking good, dude. The broth was thick. It was super creamy and thick. And they like all the noodles were in there. They had like the pork, the egg, some seaweed, or not seaweed, it was the seaweed strips and everything. And then like a bunch of like the mushrooms and everything. And I put a little bit of the spicy stuff into it.
Little bamboo sticks and like.
Yeah. It was packed.
Wait, are you sure it was seaweed and not leeks?
No, it was seaweed. It was like the sheets of seaweed.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And dude, I ate the sheet. Like the broth was so thick that you mix the noodles into it, and when you pull it up, the broth is stuck to them.
Damn.
So like by the time I was done eating the noodles, there was like that much broth left because it was just sticking to the noodles. It was so fucking good, dude.
Damn.
Yeah, and then
was that a specific type of like ramen? Because I know you can get like certain like different.
Yeah, it was the because it wasn't the soy sauce based one.
Yeah, I know that much. But what I'm saying is like is it like a particular type of like you know how you can get like small noodles, you can get like the udon noodles.
No, it was just regular ramen. Yeah, and then we went to another place there. It was like a little restaurant on the like the touristy strip, and in Kyoto, and it was a eel rice bowl. So it was like these big old fat stacks of fucking eel.
Damn.
Yeah, and they still had like the fucking bones in them and shit. And I thought I was gonna have to sit there and like pick them out. They fell apart like nothing.
Damn.
No, it was so good, dude.
I've never had eel.
It's good. I like it. You got to get past the texture thing sometimes because sometimes it can be a little gooey. Yeah.
Like describe gooey.
Like
is it like
think fish that was sitting in its juices for a long time.
I know. I guess my best analogy is like the one I always do is like, are you capable of dealing with the menudo texture? That's like the best example. Is that kind of what it's like? It's kind of like a little like it's kind of like squishy, or is it like
squishy like that,
or is it slimy?
Slimy.
Slimy.
Yeah, a little bit more slimy. It's squishy like menudo, and it falls apart like fish.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I had that.
It's like a wet tuna.
Yeah. And then Hannah had like this it was like an udon bowl. And oh, that thing was so fucking good too, dude. And then
I love me some udon.
In Osaka we had a bunch of shit. Like we had the okonomiyaki, which was like the it's like the udon noodles and they throw it on the thing. It's like that one, it's like the round thing of udon noodles. They put it on the grill, on like the flat iron grill, and they put vegetables and they put the meat on top of it and like all the sauces and everything, and then they cook it like that in like a disc.
Damn.
And like, oh, it was so fucking good. And then we got these huge ass fucking prawns. Yeah. And the motherfuckers like that, dude. And they're all curled up and shit.
Hell yeah. No, I mean I know we were talking about it. We're talking about like what's like something that we really want to try, like when we go to Japan. And obviously like you gotta try the sushi, you gotta try the fucking ramen. But I was mostly like, I really just want to try like all the dessert stuff, because their dessert stuff always looks off the fucking chain.
In Kyoto, or not Kyoto, in Nara, we went to the you can go on YouTube and watch it. It's YouTube Nara oldest mochi shop. And it's this two old Japanese men. One of them's really fast moving the mochi, and the other one's beating the fuck out of it with like wooden mallet.
Yeah,
and he's like cha 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 cha. And we got to see them do that shit, and then we got some mochi afterwards, bro. Super soft. It was fresh. It was so fucking good, dude. And then Hannah got like a green tea, or like a matcha and vanilla ice cream cone, and it was like perfectly down the middle. I don't know how the fuck they did that.
Did you go to any of the convenience stores that are run by dogs?
No. What?
There's a couple in Japan.
What?
Where they have like little Shiba Inus that like that take money from you.
Nice. We saw there was a shop and it just had cats in it, so you just go hang out with the cats.
There's just one place I saw that I think it might have been in Osaka, but there's like a local artist that will paint a portrait of your pet. like when you get there, you just gotta show him a photo, and then he'll like just from memory, like do like a water painting, and they're actually really cute too.
Nice.
And that's one of the things that we wanted to do, because the thing is, we were talking about it a little bit yesterday, like after like we like met up with y'all after like y'all got back from your trip, and we're like we really need to like think about when we decide to go, because we're thinking it probably won't be next year, but the beginning of the following year, so like all of next year would be like time to like save and plan out the trip, and then also like just I guess just do like a small vacation somewhere else, and then the big vacation would be like to go to Japan. But we're also thinking about like what are we going, like we need to really think about the things we want to do and how we want to do them, because like me and my wife are completely different to like how you guys are, because I know you guys said that y'all had like a fun whole thing of like going to dive bars and stuff.
Yeah.
Me and my wife aren't drinkers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of like we could go to a dive bar here and there just to fucking like see the life, but more than likely we're gonna get like tired of it, because we're like we talked about it. We're like, I think we want to spend half of our time on the countryside and then the other half in the city.
If you don't want to do the dive bars through Airbnb, that's how I got it's like the Airbnb experiences.
Mm-hmm.
They have food experiences where they
Oh.
just take you to local spots and you eat. So you can just do that instead.
I know. Well, I know what we decided that what we want to do is we want to go to a natural spring. We really want to go to a natural spring.
We wanted to do that too, but we just weren't close enough to that area. You have to go further up north, or like they're in Kyoto, but you have to be like on the most northern outskirts part of Kyoto.
Yeah.
To where it would have been like, I think I looked it up. It was like an hour and a half drive, like with the taxi or renting a car if we wanted to, or like getting a bus that goes that way.
Yeah. So
It was a long ride.
So our idea was that we would touch down in Japan, go immediately to that corner, like of where all that would be, and spend half the trip there, and then the other half doing the city stuff.
Yeah.
To get like an equal, like fleshed out, like kind of trip. Like we got to experience the countryside of Japan
Yeah.
and the city side of Japan. Because the truth is, like, the other thing I was like, as much as I would love to explore like the cities of Japan and stuff, I'm also like, I'm not a city guy.
Yeah.
So after a while, I am going to be like, okay, I've had my fill. Too many.
That's why,
too
like,
many people.
Tokyo would probably be a lot there, because we met a few people while we were doing like the tours and just hanging out, and there were a lot of them were like, oh yeah, our first stop was Tokyo. We kind of wish it wasn't, because it's just a lot. There's a lot of people, a lot of stuff going on. Everything's like busy. Everything's like there, like this.
It's like New York almost.
Bigger.
Yeah.
It's like 20 New Yorks put together.
Well, that and just probably the population's out of control.
But like that's why we liked Osaka.
Probably
it was
safer than New York too.
super safe. Dude, there was fucking like Hannah and I were like, it was the whole culture thing again. There was like kids like 5-6 years old, like little school kids wearing their little school uniforms, looking all cute and shit, with their little backpacks and everything, the little like Japanese like hard shell backpacks that they wear.
Yeah.
And they had their little like yellow safety hats on. Just riding on the trains, on the buses, walking down the street on their own. You can't do that shit here in America. Your kid gets snatched up and raped.
Well, this is what I will say about Japan is that Japan probably has like one of the lowest crime rates.
Yeah.
But like the less than 1% of those that are criminals are probably the most violent motherfuckers. Like Shinrikyo,
yeah.
the ones that try to bomb the fucking train systems and
Yeah.
shit. Like they're the ones that, like, if you find out that there's a Japanese terrorist, he is the most dangerous man
they're going
alive.
fucking nuts, dude.
It's the same with
they studied like the thing they wanted to do like down to the T.
Like, do you know like the one like the what's it called, like the nurse of death, the person that was just like
Just killing people.
It was euthanasia.
Yeah.
They were just killing old patients because they were suffering. I'm like, what? They were just fine.
Yeah.
He's like, no, they're old. They need to die. Old people need to die.
It's like, all right,
Yeah.
get out of here. Come
Get
on.
the fuck out of here.
It's like, you'd be good at cattle. Just cattle wrestling.
Just give him one of those fucking like pressure guns. He'll have a great time.
Yeah.
Just knocking out cattle every day.
But no, that's why we liked we chose Osaka for that reason. We wanted to get some of the city vibe, but also not be overwhelmed by Tokyo.
Mhm.
Osaka, it's a big city. Like looking at it when you get on the train going to Nara, it shows you the whole sprawl of the city, and you're like, how the fuck are we in that city? It's massive. It's like how they show in the animes. It's like it looks like just a sprawl of like buildings.
Okay.
That's what it was.
Damn.
And it didn't feel like that. Like the area we were staying at was like a neighborhood in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Super quiet. You didn't hear anyone yelling, anyone screaming, no horns honking, nothing. It was quiet. Like I felt like I had to whisper in the fucking apartment.
Mm.
We were like, we need to quiet down. Too loud.
In the distance, if you listen hard enough, you hear someone go, "Nani?"
Nani?
All right,
Here,
so let's go on to the next segment. Let's talk. I want to talk about you and your wife exploring and what was like the coolest interaction that you had as far as like just finding something at random.
Finding something at random. The
you know that-
coolest one for us was because we wanted to do it, but we just didn't know where the fuck to find it, or we just completely forgot about it too. Was actually during we did two bar crawl things, one in Kyoto and one in Osaka. The one in Osaka, it was a smaller group, so it was more like intimate group where we got to talk to everyone a lot more, and we weren't really paying attention. And the last place we went to was one of the places we wanted to go to, and it's like you go up like the spiral walkway. It was fucking cool. You go up the spiral walkway. It looks like the dingy part of town, and you walk in. It's like an old. They had like it looked like an apartment building complex. Like there's doors on everywhere. Like there's like 40 fucking doors, and there's posters and shit and like ripped down. The lights are flickering. It looks like you go there to buy drugs, a hooker, or to get stabbed. Every single one of those doors was a bar, and it was like they only sit like maybe 8 people, and they're like nuts to butts, like close 8 people, and you can just go from door to door going into each of these little spots, and all of them have like a different theme that they did. We went to the one that I really enjoyed. The first one we went to, it was like this Japanese bartender guy. He just opened up the little bar, and he just was really into like fucking like old rock, like punk rock and everything like that, or like 2000s, early 90s rock. So he was like, as soon as we walked in, he was playing like Green Day, and then he started playing like a bunch of like old punk and shit.
That's
It
cool.
was fucking cool, dude. He had like some artwork on the wall.
I love when
Yeah.
true fanboys like own businesses because they do. You see that a lot in Japan because I know I've seen plenty of videos of people talk about like there's a ramen shop where the owner is obsessed with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, so to where he quotes it nonstop.
Oh
Like
my God.
So he serves you ramen and then he'll strike like JoJo poses and shit. You know, like all the fucking like over the top ones, and then he has it playing on like all the TVs.
Wow.
Like so, it's kind of like you can come sit down. He's got like toys and posters and like memorabilia, and then he's just fucking in the back doing his thing, like cooking up ramen and like.
There was the one bar that I liked in that area, in that spot, was the last one we went to. It was this like little Japanese woman. She was like an older lady, like in her like maybe like 50s and 60s. But she was like all rockered out. She's wearing like the fishnet arm thing. She had her hair painted, like or colored with like the string going down. She had like the old hat on and everything. She was wearing like a black shirt, an old like Japanese hair metal band shirt, and on like an old CRT like TV or monitor that she had in the back, right there in the corner. She just had YouTube videos of fucking old hair metal bands playing, and then everything in there was styled like fucking. It was just a Dio like music video. There's fucking like skulls, and there was like chains and whips and shit everywhere. There's a mannequin all fucking like bondaged up and shit. It was a cool bar. I liked it. And that was a cool place to go to. The other cool places we went to that we wanted to see, I saw the Glico Man like thing from that's on Dotonbori. It's like this huge like walkway with like a bunch of stores and like food vendors, street vendors. We went there. We went to Shinsekai Market or some shit like that. And there's like a huge like antenna there. I put a picture on my Instagram on it. It's the one that has like the tower in the middle. And it's the same thing, but it's just a lot smaller. Just like a bunch of restaurants. We went to a revolving sushi place there. Oh, it was so fucking good, dude. I had raw crab. It was not what I expected raw crab to taste like. Yeah. Like it was like, maybe it wasn't raw. It was like not fully cooked, so it was still like cleared and like gooey.
Al dente.
Yeah, and it was like I ate one piece and I was like, it's not bad. I probably wouldn't get it again.
You didn't go down to the local like gas station and then get one of those fermented beans
Nah,
things?
dude, no, fuck that, dude.
You wouldn't want to. You wouldn't want to try it at least.
I did want to try it, but I was like, I'm trying to enjoy myself.
I know, but it always begs the question of like, I mean, we should. You know what? We should try to see if we can order some.
we can get some probably at the H Mart, dude.
The H Mart.
Yeah, there's
maybe.
a Japanese store next to it.
We could try. We could
Yeah.
try. We can look into. I mean, we wanted to do an episode where we try foreign snacks and stuff, but it's kind of like we're running this on a tight ship right
Yeah.
now.
No, like
We're trying to do other things other than just fucking like podcasting, guys. This is very expensive. Please like and subscribe.
Yeah, give us money. I need to go to another country.
We have full-time jobs, and those jobs do not pay enough.
Yeah, we'll run a raffle and we'll tattoo something on our bodies that you
Yeah.
choose.
We will. It doesn't matter. It could be
It could be a swastika. No, no. Like one of our tour guides from the first place we went to, or like the bar crawl thing. I'll say her name. Sayaka. She was cool. She was funny as shit. She got drunk.
Wait, what?
What?
What was her name?
Sayaka?
Oh, I thought it said cloaca.
No.
I was like, what the hell? Bird penis.
No, but like she showed us around, and she knew a good bit of the history because she grew up in Kyoto.
Mm-hmm.
So she took us to like some shrines along the way and everything, and told us some history on it. But I think she was just a bit of a lightweight because by the second place we went to was a sake bar. She was feeling it, dude, and she was like smiling, giggling, being like all over the place. And then the third place we went to was a whiskey bar, and she disappeared 3 times.
You never know, man.
Yeah.
Maybe the edibles kicked in.
Probably.
You
And
know-
she did that on the week, as like a little like weekend gig.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's fucking cool. That'd be fun to do. You
But
just
she
go
was
out
she was a
and drink.
local.
Yeah.
That's badass.
Yeah. So
I
that's
think
what they
it's-
do. They hire locals in this team, and then you pay them through like Airbnb, and they just take you to local spots. Like we never would have found the like the sake bar or the whiskey bar that she took us to. They were like down some fucking alleys behind another door in a
Mhm.
corner somewhere. It was great.
It's badass.
Yeah.
It's cool seeing like not like foreigners in
Mhm.
places that where it's kind of like like how like Mexico is like a melting pot,
Yeah.
you'll see like a bunch of people from like different countries live there, and they just accommodate, like they just like
Mm-hmm.
assimilated to the fucking like culture.
Yeah.
And I think it's cool whenever you see that in like places like Japan and China,
Mhm.
where like I think it's super interesting because
I tried finding that one Japanese guy that he was like down in Mexico City, and then he for like school or something,
mm-hmm.
and then he moved back to Japan, and he was like, I really fuck with tacos, so he decided to open up a taco truck. It's called Tres Hermanos Tacos.
Mm-hmm.
He's based out of Kyoto, I think, and he goes like to Osaka or to neighboring places. He always holds events, and is like Mexican events. So like I think he partners with like people like the Cholo scene over there,
Mm-hmm.
and they do like fucking like market events and shit.
Yeah.
And
I actually looked into that a little bit, where I was like, how did this like fucking start? And apparently it started with the women first.
what?
The Cholo fad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it started with the women first because Japanese women have always been like very obedient, and they like the rebellious nature of Cholo women
Good for them.
because they were like we found independence through their culture, because their whole like attitude was based around self-independence
Yeah.
and like not relying on those. And then also there's also like the romantic aspect that comes into, because like Cholos, as like when they're not gangbang obsessed, of like
Yeah.
the like romanticizing the crime, they are just hopeless romantics in the end. Like they do care for their families a
Yeah.
lot. It just sucks whenever you have the Cholo that is about the street life. They tend to
Yeah.
fucking take it to a degree where they just becomes very
It
irresponsible.
was like I had a buddy when I was living in San Diego. He was like this cholo ass Mexican guy. It was when we were in college. He was he was an English major
Mm-hmm.
and smartest motherfucker ever, dude. And he was like all about that life before. Like he used to be like gangbanger and shit. He had a baby mama, had a kid and everything. And he's like, after I had my kid, bro, you know, like I had to get my life together. So I just, you know, I hit the books and I went to college and now I'm tutoring people. He tutored me in English, bro. And it was the funniest thing ever, him being like, no, you gotta think of the essence of the theory that he's talking about, man. I was like, all right, bro, calm the fuck down, man. We're not trying to fucking rob a convenience store. But no, this guy, he's fucking super smart. He got a full ride to like to fucking Berkeley in California, which is a really good fucking school. He's doing like fucking documentaries now. He's all over the fucking place, dude.
Damn, that's cool.
He fucking like like big props. He's one of those Mexicans that like he was on the fucking bottom. Like he was like fucking hardcore game banging, doing like hood rat shit. Decided to get out of that, and he fucking got out of that shit, dude.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
good
shout
for him.
out to that guy.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about your final day in Japan.
My final day in Japan.
What was the last 24 hours in Japan like?
It was raining.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the depression sets in that you have to go home.
Like I looked out the window and I turned to Hannah. I was like, Japan cries for us.
I know. We've always talked about that. Me and my wife were always just like, it's always like when you're at the final 24 hours, that's when the reality sets in of like, oh, this vacation.
We were fucking bummed, dude.
This vacation's coming to an end. Like
Yeah.
I hate that feeling.
And it like, we were sad that it was ending, but we were also happy because we just wanted to get home to our pets and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, our feet were fucking sore from all the walking we did. And like we talked about it yesterday. I know you do a lot of walking. I used to do a lot of walking with my job. Like I used to walk like fucking 9 or 10 miles a day. But then I went from like that to doing a desk job. And then we went to go walk around in Japan.
Yeah.
Bro, we were knocking out like a good like 8-9 miles a day walking
Yeah.
around. And that was even on days where we were trying to take it fucking easy.
That's really tough for somebody who like when you work a sedentary job.
Yeah.
It is tough for you whenever you're not adjusted to it.
Yeah.
And even though I am adjusted to walking a lot, it still hurts after a while.
When you do go, get really good walking shoes.
Yeah.
Like we went to REI, dude, and we bought some like really good shoes because they were fucking worth it. Like
today I clocked in at 7 miles.
nice.
And it's just because it's just like the degree and job. But yeah, no.
Yeah.
I completely agree with that because that's what I did when I went to Disney. Yeah, I knew we were gonna walk a lot. And by day 3 that we were there, my wife was like already like tapping out. She's like, my feet are swollen. I can't walk around as much. And it's just like, you said you were ready for this trip. What's up? What's up?
You're just jumping around. What's up? Let's go. Let's go. But
all right, well,
yeah, the last day it was, it was sad, but again, we were just ready to get home and just kind of get back to normal life.
Make it back to the promised land.
Yeah, back to freedom.
Manifest destiny, baby.
Yeah. Tiananmen Square.
Yeah.
Winnie the Pooh, Tiananmen Square.
You get on the plane.
Bowsy. What else was it? June 4th. Yeah.
I just thought about like you get on the plane to like, oh sir, you got upgraded again into like first class, and you're like, fuck yeah, and you get off the plane, you're looking for Hannah, I was like, what the fuck? And you notice you're in Mexico, like, god damn it, like,
son of a bitch, they got me. But no, like on the way back, it was fine. What sucked was, so I just had a pit feeling in my stomach. I was like, we should probably get to the airport early. So we packed up everything the night before just to get everything ready. The next morning, we took showers, took one last look around, and then like packed our shit and went to the train station. But we didn't go into the train station. They had an actual like limousine bus to take people straight to the airport. We got there, bought our tickets, and that's when we saw Japanese people panicking because of the rain. There was like traffic and accidents on the road, so things were not on schedule. Bro, I've never seen anyone other than Hannah that stressed about not being on schedule. Like these people were running back and forth, like talking into the walkie-talkies really angrily, trying to figure out where the fuck this bus was. It was like 5 minutes fucking late, dude.
Yeah, but
and they were
on tight ships, man.
Dude, no, they were fucking pissed, dude. And then the bus driver looked like he was just shamed his entire fucking family, dude.
Yeah.
Because he was grabbing the tickets all sad from us and shit.
Yeah, man. Like,
And,
like when it comes to like being as professional as possible, and it's also that whole thing. Like right now, I'm watching this FX show called Shogun.
Oh, dude, I need to start watching
It's
it.
so fucking
Yeah.
good, dude. But there's always this overlapping thing of like honor is everything to
Yeah.
them, like everything, and the extremes that they'll go to, like when the fact that seppuku thing, the whole like self-sacrifice thing
Yeah.
is such a fucking, like, they have their own sword for it,
Yeah.
and the whole point is that you rather die at your own sword than die with shame.
Yeah.
And it's crazy like how that's still instilled in them a little bit in the culture, because obviously after World War II, the ones who came into power in Japan were like, we need to stop this self-sacrifice shit.
Yeah. But the Yakuza still does that shit, dude.
Yes,
Yeah,
but that's
and then they even like to show like, oh, like I'm in this 100%. Like if they fuck up, you see like a bunch of like the members. Some of them are missing pieces of their fingers.
Did you see a Yakuza people?
I saw one guy covered in fucking tattoos. It looked fucking cool. His tattoos were like all the way up the sides of his head and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and he had like huge gauge. I don't think he was Yakuza. I think he was just hanging out.
Dude, that was
But he was walking with an air, and everyone was just giving him fucking a wide berth.
yeah.
Yeah, so I was like,
Man, you never know. That could have been some fucking douche from LA.
yeah, probably.
It's just like, I'm a fucking. Well, I mean,
I'm half Japanese.
Well,
Yeah.
then again, it could also be just like a traveling tattoo artist
Yeah.
who's like, coming over to show off like, body
Dude, I
mod
wish
stuff.
I could have gotten like a tattoo in Japan though.
That would've been cool.
We can't.
Stick and poke.
Yeah, you can't though.
Yeah, they also
Yeah.
apparently they did away with tourists being able to see geisha shows and
Yeah, because they don't know how to fucking like handle them. Because they're fucking stupid.
they were without permission touching their gowns, which are extremely expensive
Oh,
because
yeah, dude.
they're like they're very fucking expensive.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're about to wrap up this episode. But as we end this episode, I want to, I guess, like, ask the final question that was on my list. Was like, so if you ever decide, which I'm sure you will at one point,
Oh,
to
yeah.
go back to Japan, what are you gonna do? What would you do differently?
Probably plan out our like stops better. That's about it. Because we had a lot of stuff that we saw a fuck ton of stuff while we were there. Like if we go down the list, we did a lot. But if we compare it to the list of stuff we wanted to do, we barely scratched the surface.
Yeah.
It was a lot. Like we honestly needed 2 weeks there to do most of that list.
Do you think the optimal time to spend in Japan should be like 2 weeks?
Yeah. No matter where you go there, if like especially if you're doing multiple.
Well, how
cities.
many days did you guys do?
We were there for like, we took a week off, but we were there I think for like 5 days. We had 5 days to actually do stuff,
Oh, okay.
and we were going to go to Universal Studios on Monday and like try to get into Super Mario World, but it's a time ticket. You have to see if you can get one, and it's a time ticket, so you go in at a certain time, and then you have to schedule out when you get on the rides. We were just too damn tired, and we just ended up not going.
Yeah, that would have like
Yeah.
doubled up the walking
Yeah,
time.
but it also like it sucked that we didn't go. We spent the money for the tickets. They were cheap. Universal Studios over there was cheap as fuck, and we were like, it's fine, whatever. We had one of the people that we met over there. She had gone. She was waiting for us. She messaged us in the morning. She's like, "Hey, I'm heading to Universal. I hope you guys are still coming." We're like, "Yeah, we're not. We're fucking dead."
I'm surprised that you went to Japan and you didn't buy a single Gojira while you were there.
I was gonna, but then I was just kind of like, this is the typical thing.
I really want to. After like watching Godzilla -1, I'm
Mhm.
like I decided to go back on like watching like a bunch of
The
monster
old schools?
like no, not the old schools, but just like monster movies in general.
Yeah.
And it kind of dawned on me. It was like, oh yeah, like for the longest time, I've always been a huge fan of kaiju and giant monster flicks.
Yeah, because it's fun.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fun because for the longest time, my favorite fucking movie was Pacific Rim.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
It's a damn good movie.
It's just you don't take it seriously. It's just a live action anime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, like I've said before, it's just like there's just something fun about the ridiculous that is giant robots and giant monsters. It's just fun. It's like harmless fun. And it's also like the amount of lore that exists in those universes are so like ridiculous, and they're also funny.
Yeah,
Like I love like seeing the photos of like the actors in the suits.
Mhm.
Like I remember there's like the one who played one where there's one famous clip of like one of the women that used to wear the suits where she would make the noises like when she would like
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
so you'd hear it, she'd be like ah,
Yeah.
and it's so like it's
And she'd
so
be like, "Raw."
yeah, it's so endearing and so cute, and it's also just like that's so cool.
Yeah, they were just in it. Like they fucking loved the role. They loved the movies, and they were like, I love this.
They used to build miniature cities for them to destroy. That's so fucking
Yeah.
cool. Like it's like
But,
I loved all the aspects that is like that. There's so much things that came from Japan, and I can't wait to also experience Japan. But I am taking a lot of your words like serious. Like where
We'll give you a copy of the itinerary that we made
Mhm.
or Hannah made,
yeah.
and she also has a budget
No,
breakdown.
we made it.
Yeah, no, but she made a whole like budget breakdown sheet of like plane ticket, hotel costs, Airbnb costs if you do different things, how much money you need for food,
What was-
everything.
What if what was the cost of the like trip?
The whole trip altogether?
Yeah.
A great fucking question. I think altogether we spent
I know like the
in,
biggest
in stuff,
okay, let's start with the biggest expense.
the tickets.
The tickets to
Yeah.
get there.
We got them cheap because we went on the off season. It was right before, I think the cherry blossoms start blooming next week,
Yeah.
and we went 2 weeks before that.
Yeah.
So off season, it was still fucking packed full of people. I
Yeah,
would go.
it's because from what I heard, the cherry blossom season is very unpredictable. They can come early or late.
Yeah.
So
We
a lot
found
of
a few that were blooming.
yeah, so
yeah.
a lot of people will get there early as fuck, even if it is considered the off season. Because
Mhm.
even like the season where it's supposed to be blooming, it could not.
Yeah.
It might not bloom.
But like, we got the tickets for off season, and they were for both of us $2,700, which was pretty cheap.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a good flight. Most flights you do have to do a good bit of transfers. We lucked out and we found some that just had the one transfer in Tokyo. But there's other ones where it was like, oh, you go from Atlanta to Toronto and you have a layover there of like fucking 2 to 6 hours.
So it's 2,700
And
for 2 tickets there and back.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then but again, on our way back, our flight from Osaka to Tokyo, it was a smaller plane, I think, so it got canceled. So we had to scramble there with the people at the front desk to try to figure out like, hey, we need to get to Tokyo like ASAP. So we need to figure this shit out. And of course, Japanese people will go that extra mile for you. That's the thing about I love about like that whole culture is like their job. Like they're in it. They're like, I'm going to be 150% the best employee at my job.
Yeah, this isn't the young youth at the
Yeah.
local Popeyes. It's just like, dude, we don't got biscuits. I don't know what to tell you.
Bro, no, like at the like going to McDonald's, dude, it was like being in like an episode of the fucking Devil's a Part-Timer.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was the guy there greeting everyone like all happy, shouting orders to the back. He was like,
I feel
And
like
then-
it brings a level of
Yeah.
fun to it also, doesn't it?
I mean, it makes you feel like you're part of something bigger than just working at McDonald's.
yeah.
It puts that sense of importance in your job. Like, oh, I'm doing something that's actually worth my time,
Well, Japan is a very career focused like place.
which is a problem too.
yeah.
Yeah, because there's a lot of Japanese salarymen and women that will literally work themselves to death
Yeah.
because they'll get like 2 hours of sleep, go to work for like a week, and then die because their heart just is like, yeah, we're tired.
Yeah.
But no, like, yeah, going to Japan, just plan it out. We did the 3 cities. I think next time, 2 cities max.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not going for longer than a week, it just lets you have more time to do what you need to do.
Whenever you decide to plan your next vacation, or at least next international vacation,
Mhm.
do you think Japan's going to be an automatic pick, or are you going to try to do something else?
We're going to try to do something else because we're trying to do like, we go this side of the world and then we go to this side of the world.
Oh, okay.
So I think we're looking at maybe going somewhere in Europe.
Also, question: when you fly out of the states, are you guys going across the Pacific or the Atlantic?
The Pacific.
Oh.
Depends on where you're going.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, is it quicker to go? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
where we are
So
in the globe.
The route that they took for our flight is across the United States, like diagonally, and we literally rode the coast of Alaska. You know how like Alaska has those little islands coming down?
Mm-hmm.
We rode that all the way, and then we were like that far away from Russia. And we're
Damn.
just kind of flying in between that little like, nah, no one touch us line. Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, we're a little fucking close, guys. And then you just land in Japan.
Yeah.
And like it's crazy because like the people that we met, they're still over there.
Yeah.
Like they're like there's these group of 3 German guys we met on the first bar crawl thing we did. One of them was like, "Oh, I've been here for like 4 weeks already," and like, "When are you leaving?" I don't know. What the fuck, dude? But
apparently planes that go into India don't have like landing like wheels. They just slide on the sewage.
You're fucking asshole, dude.
They don't need landing gear, dog. They just slide that shit.
It was funny because like we were talking and it was like one of the Mexican guys that was there that we hung out with, and then the Indian guy.
Yeah.
They were both really cool. They were super cool guys, but they were both in Tokyo before for to do a marathon, and everyone in the group was like, "So you came here to run? Why?" Like everyone was just like, "Just run at home. You have running at home."
Was it like a special type of event?
It was like a big Tokyo marathon.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So it was like a big event, and they went to go run it because they do like
Oh.
a bunch of events and stuff.
It's like whenever you see those people that do like those like 100-mile death runs like through the like
God,
Sahara
dude, those
Desert.
are fucking ridiculous.
I know the fucking was it like David Goggins be doing that shit with broken feet and shit.
Yeah, that's too much.
People are fucking animals, dude. They want to push themselves to the brink of death.
Oh, there was that one. It was like the guy that ran a triathlon with his disabled brother.
Yeah.
Because it was like his brother became disabled or had like cerebral palsy, but he always wanted to be like in one.
Mm-hmm.
So he literally strapped his brother to his back and did an entire triathlon, like with his brother strapped to him. So the extra weight of someone on him, because his brother wanted to do it, and he was like, "I want to take you through it." So they did the bike, the swim, and the run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I was like, that's a good guy right there. And then when they did the run, of course, he had like a cart so he can push his brother on. And I was like, hey, you fucking cheater. You're leaning on the cart. But he made sure.
You fucking cheater.
You know, all the other people that were running that shit, they're like, there's a motor on that. But like, like when he was running, like, he put him on the cart specifically so his brother can be first.
Mm.
So I was like, that's fucking cool, dude.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That made me think of something I saw recently where this guy, him and his dog used to like go on like giant mountain trails to
Mhm.
climb and stuff. And his dog was dying of cancer. So for like one last trip, he put him in a wheelbarrow and took him off the mountain one
Mhm.
last time. And it's so endearing and so like I've been getting a lot of sad dog shit on my fucking. That's the thing. Once
TikTok
you like.
gets you on sad talk every now and then.
That's
dude.
what I don't like. As soon as you like one of those sad ones, because you're
Mhm.
like, this is really touching, I'm gonna like it. It sends you 10 more. So I
It's
made
like,
it.
oh, so you're depressed. Let me make you more depressed.
Yeah, the algorithm's just like, we're gonna make you fucking cry.
Yeah.
Because I got one today. It was like this girl that was like, got my first house, decided to get a dog. I adopted a 9-year-old Labradoodle. 2 months into having this dog, she found out the dog had lymphoma.
My
And
God,
then
dude.
she had the dog for 4 more months. So in the total, she only had it for like 6 months in total,
Yeah.
like a half a year. And she said the final night, one of the nights before like the final days leading up to the day that she was gonna put the dog down, the dog died sleeping on her lap.
God, dude.
Like, and it was the most like, dude, I was like at work, like,
Yeah.
I was like, no, I hate that shit so much, dude.
Yeah.
And
Or
like,
what was it, the other ones where it shows like the?
I got
Oh,
I got
God.
emotional yesterday when you showed me you got this little box.
Yeah,
I was like,
dude.
fuck, like,
Yeah, dude.
like, cause I hate that. I hate
Mhm.
seeing the whole like. I'm not trying to like end this episode on like a fucking.
We're gonna be
sad
crying.
note. You know, fucking Japan, like.
Yeah. Bringing out the sad. Oh, let's make it funny. There was an 8th floor porn shop.
I remember you told me about
Yeah,
that.
and they had like a giant blown up Tenga on the front. And Tenga, for those who don't know, is a Japanese brand of male masturbator. And the building was colored like a Tenga.
Oh,
And they had
damn.
like banners, pictures of Japanese women holding a Tenga up, being like, stick your dick in it. And like, if you look when like the doors were open, they weren't like here, like they have like the windows blacked out and you had to walk around a corner so that way no one could see into the building and see like all the perverts and shit. Front row and center, dude, aisles of DVDs of like just naked Japanese women and just fucking. And every floor was something different. Like I think the bottom floor was just like DVDs and shit like that.
Yeah.
The next floor I think was magazines and fucking hentai and shit like that. And hentai is animated porn, and it's art. And like I think the rest of the floors were just like sex toys and clothes and shit like that.
Hey, your wife is like looking at the building. She's like, "Wow, that's insane." And you're like at the front counter. Do you have the Fleshy Pro?
Do you have that one that glucks you automatically? I saw it in America.
Here, let me show you this. You see this banana? Like,
look, the banana moves. The machine doesn't move. The banana moves.
I need this one, version 2, Mark 7.
And they're like, we're 6 steps ahead. They show you one is just floating.
They just break out one that looks like an iron lung. You just put your whole body in it.
Ah!
This one makes it feel like a giant tongue licked you.
Or they come over to you and put like a little nodes on your head. It's like, what's your deepest desire? Your eyes go white. Ah! Oh my god! Just cum everywhere. Just, what the fuck was that?
We installed you our porn version of Neuralink, and it's just like in your brain, you just like you end up in a room where you're naked, and then a bunch of like Elon Musks come in and they just
No!
like no.
And then one is like, then why do you have a boner? I don't know.
That reminds me. Did you get that video I sent you of the
Chinese Elon Musk,
the Chinese guy with the it's
Tesla, good car.
It's a Chinese guy who put like Elon Musk's face on him like digitally,
Yeah.
and he's pretending to be Elon Musk, and it's the funniest fucking thing.
So stupid, dude.
It's beyond stupid, but goddamn. But
Yeah.
yeah, anybody who's interested in going to Japan, go to fucking Japan. That shit sounds awesome.
It was fucking fun as shit. Also, the anime stores are cool. Again, hentai's just out front and center.
Yeah.
We walked by stalls. There's kids walking by, and they just have like books of like hentai or just porn books.
What, really?
Yeah, dude. And it was just like no censorship, nothing, just out. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get into a whole episode talking about the whole loli thing.
Oh yeah.
Because that is something to talk about. It's a weird thing that they do over there. But besides that, thank you for listening to another episode of The Night Fun.
Yeah.
This was awesome to get to talk about like Japan and stuff. So hopefully we can take more trips in the future and have more interesting topics to talk about. But remember, for more content, make sure to give us a follow at the Night Funk Podcast on Instagram and YouTube, and also on TikTok. So be on the lookout for more content to come out in the future. We also have gameplay videos coming out, so look out for our Night Funk Plays series. And then also potentially streaming in the future. We'll be on Twitch and potentially YouTube and other streaming services if we ever get the appropriate follower account. I think we need 1,000 followers on TikTok to stream on TikTok.
Sure.
Yeah, so we're not too far off. So, guys, help us up with those TikTok numbers. That would be awesome. Remember, at the Night Funk Podcast TikTok. But yeah, thanks again for all the support, and thanks for listening to this episode. And we'll catch y'all on the next episode.
All the Japan people, thanks for the new follows. I hope you still listen.
Yeah.
Don't listen to certain episodes.
Just stay away from undocumented part 1 and 2. That's our least popular.
Or listen
video.
to it. Maybe they'll like it. They're not gonna
like it.
Yeah, they're not
Nobody
gonna
likes it.
like
People want to listen to us talk stupid shit.
Yeah.
The algorithm or the analytics don't lie.
Listen to our family trauma episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's a good one.
Apparently, that's our most popular video.
Yeah, people
or at
like
least the one with the
listen-
most plays.
Yeah.
I gotta look at the actual time on it. But
Yeah. All right. Goodbye.
later.
Arigato. I fucked that up. I still can't remember it, dude.
Mitsubishi Tokyo.
Stop being an ass. I have a deep found respect for the Japanese people now. I'm not going to be racist. Also, quick, let me tell you the story. There was an electric car the guy was taking us up to Osaka, to the Osaka Castle, and the car. Hannah pointed it out to me afterwards. She didn't want to point it out to me before because I would have busted out laughing. The car did not say electric; it said electric. So that was on the sign. Goodbye.
Sometimes at night I get electric.